We started off this tournament with 28 hopefuls who had big dreams of main events in the Tokyo Dome in January. And by the beginning of this show, that had been boiled down to a mere 4. And then by the end of this show, that had been boiled down further to 2. And by the end of tomorrow's show, the finals, that will be boiled down to one individual person. We can't boil it down any further than that unless we don't want anybody to main event the Tokyo Dome along with Jay White. But that wouldn't be very cricket. What does that mean? No fucking idea. Answers in the comments, please. I'm John Recton with my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 32, the semifinals. Well, I went the safe route with at least one half of the finals, not necessarily with the other half. Will Ospreay beating Tetsuya Naito is certainly going to be divisive. It's going to be even more divisive if they go with Will Ospreay winning the G1 and face it off against Jay White in the Tokyo Dome. While it will certainly be a different match, one match that I don't think some people expected, I don't know if that's going to exactly entice people to watch Wrestle Kingdom. We'll see. We will see. They're going to find a way to shoehorn Okada in, even if he doesn't win. But then again, we're going to find out in less than 24 hours if Kazuchika Okada or Will Ospreay win the G1 Climax 32 tournament, which has certainly been an up and down, all around, come on defense work tournament. There's been some good to great, and there has been some bullshit, which you're going to get in a long tournament like this. But we are almost there. Whoa, living on a Slayer. Let's just live on a Slayer record. Why the fuck not? Makes as much sense as anything else that I usually say. Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton on commentary, and an undercard of matches that certainly occurred. Lance Archer, Kanemaru, Doki, and Taka Michinoku against Goto, Ishii, Yoshihashi, and Yo. I did not realize that Yo was 1/3 of the never openweight 6-man champions. Probably because I haven't cared about Yo for a while. It's not that he's not talented, I just don't really care. Archer seems a touch angry. I don't blame him. Give me Archer versus Ishii before Ishii really starts to slide further down the card. I really think this might be his last G1. And Direct Drive pins Taka. There you go. That's your lot. And then we get Filthy Tom Lawler and Royce Isaacs against Dangerous Tekkers. Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi and Lawler. Enticing Zack Sabre Jr. with a George Michael record, and then brings out a Boy George record. Boy George Ichiban and all that. It's just kind of funny. I want to see Filthy Tom Lawler against Zack Sabre Jr. in a series of matches. Royce Isaacs has definitely shown off as well in this on this particular tour. And ZSJ wins with an armbar on him. Good pace, good action. Again, give me Zack Sabre Jr. versus Filthy Tom Lawler in a series of matches. Jonah and Bad Dude Tito took on Makabe and Hanma. Makabe didn't do much, as is tradition, because he beat his body up for goddamn years. I forgot he was still wrestling. Speaking of people I forgot were still wrestling, why is Hanma in a ring? He can't even move. Like, seriously, it looks like it hurts for him to breathe at this point. I know that he had that health scare and those injuries, but goddamn, on the outside, looks great. Can't fucking take a goddamn bump at all. He's struggling to even, like, crawl back up and stand up. It takes him about 8 years. Not as bad as Fale. It's about 8.5 years for him, but nevertheless. Lariat pins Hanma. There you go. Jonah had a hell of a goddamn tournament. Beating Okada is something that he can absolutely keep on his record as far as career accolades. That's one of my favorite matches of the goddamn year. Jeff Cobb, Great O'Khan, and Hanare taking on Juice, Fale, and Chase. Give Cobb a push, and please give Hanare some good stuff to do, especially after he took the fucking package pile driver from Chase fucking Owens. Why are they bound determined to push Chase Owens? I don't care if he can do the moves. He's not interesting. He's not good. God fucking damn it. Yeah, Chase, I'll pretend you said 18, says 16. Owens, allegedly. Seriously, and even O'Khan. Have O'Khan and Cobb team up. Have O'Khan and Hanare team up and give Cobb a bit of a singles push. Whatever. Do some combination of that shit. World Tag League's coming up. I probably won't be reviewing it because World Tag League just kind of drags on. But nevertheless, LIJ minus Naito. Hiromu's back in his very loud jacket. Taking on Evil, Yujiro Kenta, and ELP. Seems like we're inching towards a series of matches between ELP and Shingo, which I imagine will culminate. You know what? Culminate. Let's just go with that. Let's invent words. Why don't we? I imagine that ELP and Shingo could have a series and that Shingo could beat him inside the dome. They've been featuring El Phantasmo, and he's been doing some good stuff. and cutting out the antics, which the antics are funny at times, but he's more than that. He's proven that, and hopefully he gets a sizable rise out of this. Game over with the book, not the book. Take a look. It's in a book. You're going to tap out to the game over. And Bushi taps out because he's the only one that's going to... I think Bushi has almost as many masks as he's had losses in tag matches this year. I kid, of course, because Bushi is talented. Man's got a lot of masks and a lot of losses. So, Tanahashi, Yano, Finlay, and Kushida, who made his return to New Japan a couple months ago, I think, taking on Jay White, Taiji Ishimori, Gallows, and Anderson. Why in God's name do they insist on making Gallows and Anderson a thing, or trying to make them a thing? Why is Anderson still the never openweight champion? I mean, I don't care. They could do whatever the fuck they want to do, but they haven't been interesting since about maybe their first year in WWE, and that's even being generous. It was bullshit how they got fired during the pandemic, but let's be perfectly honest, ever since getting back into the swing of things, they haven't been interesting at all, and now the bloom is off the goddamn rose. And Gallows got pinned via a low blow and a roll-up. Oh, darn, Gallows got pinned. God, what will I ever do knowing that Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson were on the losing end of a tag match? Jeez, the sky is fucking falling. Also, Bullet Club. I'm sick of Bullet Club. End fucking Bullet Club. They won't end them before their 10-year anniversary next May, and it doesn't feel a day over a goddamn century since they got together. But nevertheless, Kazuchika Okada taking on Tama Tonga. A block a winner in Okada, B block a winner in Tama Tonga. Can Okada get revenge for Tama Tonga hanging that loss on him last year? Yes, he did. Tama Tonga also had some good a good showing here with some good counters and even hitting a gun stun at one point after the landslide, but he couldn't make the cover. And I got a big pop, and there was some other good action as well before that. And then we got, the money clip. We got, I don't even know what the fuck it was. It wasn't a landslide, but it was a different variation of like just a slam. Rainmaker, 1, 2, 3. Okada gets a victory. Tama Tonga getting a sizable push in this G1. Good shit. Very, very good shit. And then we get to Will Ospreay versus Tetsuya Naito. C block a winner in Tetsuya Naito, and she wants to D block a winner in Will Ospreay. I did note I got a bad feeling about this, and it turned out to actually be right. Naito, if this is the closest he gets to winning a G1 again, I don't think it's going to be shocking. So early counters and taunting, the heavy chops from Ospreay, and the standing Spanish fly to a pop. Naito kept coming back. I don't know why they did the Poison Rana off the top. Granted, you're not really going to affect Will Ospreay's brain. He hasn't really had an original thought or a good thought in a while. But nevertheless, as far as in the ring, he can do some stuff. I still think that his style is going to flame out, and I think he's got a ceiling. But that being said, Destino variation. Forearm to the head, Destino, hidden blade for 2. Wow, both moves being kicked out of. Holy shit. And then Stormbreaker, 1, 2, 3. Will Ospreay then says that he is the best in the world. I mean, he came back from a kidney infection. I'm glad that he's all right and he's not dead. That would not be any good. But he's the best wrestler in the world today. Of course you are, Will. Of course. Maybe 2019 you were on the rise, but now, And says he will beat Okada. He's never beaten Okada. Which probably means he's going to beat Okada. And then they're going to have Will Ospreay versus Jay White in a winner-takes-all match. Or they're going to slot Okada in there. And he's going to find a way to win the U.S. title and win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And he's going to hold both belts and say, I'm the Rainmaker, bitch, and there you go. Which would be kind of funny. I don't know why he would be channeling Natalya by saying the word bitch, but it is what it is. Yeah. I can see the world burning if Will Ospreay beats Okada. We'll find out in less than 24 hours. Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.